Let's pack today's lunchbox, my friends and followers. Now today we decided to do something a little on the simple side because it was Halloweeners and I was not gonna spend all day in the kitchen. I had no idea what to do with the pork belly. I thought it was a little on the thicker side, so I wanted it nice and crispy, and we couldn't do that. So instead, I just sauteed the pork belly, gave it a little bit of color, added some ginger, onions, and then pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Once the pork belly was nice and crispy and it rendered all of its deliciousness, fattiness, I decided to make like a sauce. Then I let this mother trucker simmer uncovered. That way it can reduce and it can become nice and sticky. Kind of like a glaze, I guess. Go along with the pork belly, we're gonna make a nice little bit of some steamed rice, and then we're gonna put the pork belly on top. I also sauteed some bok choy with some garlic, onion, and then like all of the above. Also added some cucumber, you know, for nice little crunch, and then I garnished everything with some sesame seeds and some green onion. Now for the drink, they had the option between a soda or a strawberry and a red kiwi agua fresca. This time they're freaking tired of that soda because I haven't been making any agua fresca, so they all got the agua fresca. There you have it, guys. I'm just gonna get everything ready for them so they can come pick up their lunchtime. Bye! Let's pack today's lunchbox, my friends and followers. Today I was feeling a little on the lazy side, guys, so I decided to go super easy, super quick. Only thing that took me a lot of time making was probably roasting the chicken. To the bowl, we're gonna add the shredded chicken, some green onions, cilantro, cream cheese, and some buffalo sauce. And we're gonna give it a quick mix, and this is gonna be the filling for our taquitos, flautas, whatever the hell you guys call them. This time, I'm gonna use flour tortillas, and I cannot tell you enough to warm up these mother truckers before rolling anything, or they're gonna crack, they're gonna unroll. You're gonna make a huge mess when you're putting them in the oil. Also remember that these are flautas, not chimichangas or burritos, so make sure that the filling is a little on the thin side, guys. You're just gonna drop them into your oil or to your air fryer, whatever you decide to make your flautas nice and crispy with. In the meantime, we're gonna make a blue cheese sauce. Now, I didn't have the actual block, but I did have slices, and we're improvising here. Also gonna use hokoki instead of sour cream because we're improvising here. I told you I was feeling lazy. I didn't feel like going to the store. So along with the flautas, I also made a honey buffalo glaze, and I just drizzle it all over the top and then add a little bit of greenery to make it look nice and fancy. Our sauce, and then this is what the flautas look like. Today, nobody had an option for agua fresca. Everybody was gonna take a soda. There you have it, guys. I just get everything ready for them so I can come pick up their lunchtime. Bye! Let's pack today's lunchbox, my friends and followers. Today we're making them some shrimps BLT. Now, you know I love my shrimp to be stuffed, so we're gonna stuff these mother truckers. For the stuffing, we're gonna use chorizo, cream cheese, some green onions, and then some Monterey Jack cheese. We're gonna mix it all up, stuff our shrimpies with that chorizo stuffing. Make sure that the stuffing stays in there secure. We're gonna wrap it around in some bacon. And we line up all of the sea roaches before popping them in the air fryer at 350 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes until they come out nice and crispy. And we slice up some brown tomatoes, butter up them buns, make sure they get nice and crispy. On one side of that bun, we're gonna do a spicy chipotle mayo, and on the other side, a creamy cilantro lime mayo. Add a couple slices of avocado, lettuce, and then we line up our little shrimpies. Make sure that we shove those onions in there because for some reason they did not want to stay. And one way or another, we're gonna make sure that breath gets nice and stinky at work. We're gonna split in half for them, and then this is what the BLT looks like. To go along with their BLT, I made those layer potatoes, the ones that take like almost a whole freaking day to make. Okay, well, we made those for them. We're also gonna add some extra sauce for dipping, you know, because we don't want them to choke. For their drink, they have the option between a soda or a butterfly PT. For their drink, they have the option between a soda or a butterfly PT refresher. There you have it, guys. I'm just gonna get everything ready for this and come pick up during lunchtime. Bye! Alright, guys, here's another fun lunch idea for those picky toddlers that refuse to eat anything. I have one at home, and I think I just cracked the code, guys. So mine has been eating everything I give him, like everything in the plate, as long as it has freaking eyeballs or teeth or something. So I decided to make some mummy pizzas. I do toast the bread a little bit. That way, whenever I put the pizza sauce, it doesn't get super soggy. And then I use cheese strings for the wrapping and some olives for the eyes. Oh, and I forgot to say pepperoni, of course. I also did some monster apples. All I did was put peanut butter, use some almonds for teeth, and then put some eyes on those mother truckers, and he'll eat them. Some skeleton bones, even though he called them dog bones, and yogurt with some monster tongues all over it. Now, I struggle a lot with Joseph to eat, like a lot. I even got him like a little high chair to sit his little ass there so he can eat. Now, he does hesitate at the beginning, like he's like, am I really eating an eye? But he eats it. Yummy. Look at him. Ah, yummy. Yes, pinche peñico. But anyways, this is another fun lunch for your toddler. Let's pack today's lunchbox, my friends and followers. Today, we are stuffing some salmon. So we're going to begin by making the salmon fillets, and then we're going to make a strip in the middle because that's where the stuffing is going to go. Then we oil up his buns using a little bit of olive oil, and then I season it up using some type of Old Bay seasoning. Now for the stuffing, I happen to find the real crab on sale. Otherwise, I would just be using the fake one because with this economy, who the hell cares? At least I don't. So we're doing the crab, Old Bay seasoning, some lemon pepper, onion and cilantro, cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, a little bit of mayo, and then we give it a mix. Stuff those mother truckers, pop them in the oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. We're charring some shishito peppers. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I used a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, some garlic, and then I just let those mother truckers blister. I did have some leftover crab, but it was a little bit, so I decided to add some breadcrumbs in the leftover crab. Then I scooped some cheese, formed them into some crab cheese balls. Fry them up, make sure they got nice and crispy and cheesy. For the plating, we're gonna make a nice little bed of some creamy mashed potatoes, a layer of the peppers, and then we're gonna add our salmon on top. For a nice little crunch, we're gonna add some fried up fideo on top of the salmon. I made a huge mess with my truffle sauce, added the crab cheese balls, which were the freaking plus of the whole meal. And for the drink, they got the pink guayaba banana agua fresca. And there you have it, guys. And I'm just gonna hurry my ass up, get everything ready for them so they can come and pick up during lunchtime. Bye! Alright guys, so it's starting to get a little chilly out there, so it's time to start making some soups. This is an easy sopa de papa with rajas and cheese, which is potatoes, rajas and cheese, and I'm gonna show you how to make it. So we're gonna begin by charring our poblano peppers, and then we're gonna make them into rajas, which is the strips. You're also gonna need to dice up a potato, half an onion, a couple of garlic cloves. I use like about 2, and then for the cheese, we're gonna use panela. This cheese does really good in heat. You can grill it, you can fry, you can do whatever the hell you want, and it doesn't melt. It just holds its consistency. Now we're gonna give the potatoes, onions, and the garlic a little bit of love and some olive oil. Don't forget to season it up. You just want the aroma of the garlic and onions, and then give the potatoes a little bit of color para que no estén all pálidas. Once that's done, you can add a couple tablespoons of butter, and then you're gonna add your cheese. Give that cheese a little bit of love too. Last, you're gonna add your rajas, some chicken stock, chicken broth, water or chicken bouillon, whatever. Then you're gonna cover it up and let it cook for about 15 minutes until the papas are ready. Now, this is a super simple and delicious recipe. You can also make it extra thick, to make it more hearty. I like to serve mine with tortilla chips on top, some queso fresco, a little bit of sour cream, and some salsita. But there you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Alright guys, so we're gonna make the poblano cheesy rice I showed you guys earlier in my video. To a pan, you are going to add some oil. You're gonna begin by browning your rice. In the meantime, we're gonna make the green poblano sauce. So to your blender, you're gonna add 3 garlic cloves. I was supposed to add 3 tomatillos, but I only had the purple ones, so we're gonna add those little triggers in there. We're gonna add a big pop of poblano pepper, a little handful of cilantro, and then I had some green peppers in my fridge, and I'll just throw those little triggers in there too. Salt, pepper, onion, garlic, cumin, a little bit of nor, then you blend it, and then you're gonna add your sauce into your rice. Make sure that sauce fries up, a little bit inside the rice. And I must give you guys a trigger warning. So I'm gonna use chicken stock, but I had it in the fridge, so it got like gelatin. I could have warmed it up first, but I kind of forgot that it was gelatinized until I pour it in the pot. Anyways, we cover up the rice, let that cook for about 25 minutes, and once it's cooked, we're gonna add some Monterey Jack cheese, and I just cover it up and let the cheese melt on its own. And just like that, you have your cheesy green poblano rice, and you can serve it with whatever it is that you want, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Let's pack today's lunchbox for friends and followers. Today we're going a little on the experimenting side, and we're gonna mess with some lamb chops. So we're gonna season them up using some onion powder, garlic powder, some black pepper, paprika, and then a little bit of lemon pepper. Then I add some white wine, mix everything up, and I let this marinate for about 2 hours in my fridge. To a pan, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, then I sear my lamb chops. Now, I think my pan was a little too hot because it kind of charred them, but it's okay because we're gonna keep it moving, and don't worry, they didn't burn, they didn't overcook, they were perfect. Using the same skillet, I'm gonna make a glaze for those lamb chops. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons of butter, some garlic, soy sauce, and then some agave nectar. Once your glaze gets nice and sticky, you're gonna add those lamb chops back into that glaze. To go along with those lamb chops, I'm gonna make a cheesy poblano rice. Just make a nice little bed of that rice, add some of those lamb chops, some glaze, and then I had some little tiny miniature freaking squashes. I just sauteed them, onion, garlic, and then sprinkled it with some feta cheese. I had some brown tomatoes, so I just made them a little tomato and cucumber salad. I just seasoned it with some smoky salt, black pepper, and then some olive oil. And to go along with everything, I also made them a sopa de papa with rajas and cheese, and then I just drizzled some crema Oaxaca all over the sopa so it can be nice and creamy. And for their drink, they had the option between a soda or a pink guayaba agua fresca. And there you have it, guys. And I'm just gonna hurry my ass up, get everything ready for them, including their drink and their sopa, so they can come pick up during lunchtime. Bye! Many of you guys know that my toddler is picky when it comes down to eating. I've been seeing the little spiders go around all over my For You page, so I decided to make a little fun lunch for him just to see if he will eat. I had a tube of pull-apart dough and then the big old wieners from Costco. I just cut those into 3 because we're gonna improvise here. My spiders happen to be a little on the extra scarier side because apparently I did 16 legs instead of 8. Good thing is that Joseph doesn't know how to count, and I guess it makes our spider little on the unique side. I'm gonna use the black sesame seeds from my Everything But the Bagel seasoning, and then I pop these in the air fryer for 10 minutes until they get nasty and crispy. I haven't done any cute lunches for him because he just doesn't eat, and I feel like I waste my time and food, but this time I decided to do like little pumpkins with the cucumbers. I also added a couple of cuties, and then we're gonna give the little forks a try again now that he's older and maybe he doesn't try swallowing them. At first, I didn't think he was gonna eat it because he starts playing with his food like he always does, but believe it or not, this boy finished everything. He did get a little weirded out when I pointed at the spider. He was like, what the hell? Then started ripping off the legs and had fun eating his lunch. Acting lunch for my husband because your girl is leaving. So this is one of the other dinner lunch meals that I made for my husband and my kids the day that I left on my business trip. This is not even a 30-minute meal. It's more like a 15-minute one, but it's freaking bomb and everybody eats it. To a pan, we're gonna add a little bit of butter and we're gonna saute a couple of pieces of ham because I was trying to be a little on the fancy side. You really don't need it. I'm gonna add half of the little tomato sauce container, about a cup of sour cream, black pepper, and then some nor. Everything a quick little mix before adding a little bit of that pasta water. Not just whatever pasta water. You're gonna need to salt that water and add the bay leaf. You must add the bay leaf. That's what gives it like this different taste. So you're like, what the hell is in there? Once the pasta has cooked, you're just gonna add it to the sauce, give everything a quick little mix, and it's ready, guys. Anybody can make this, even Josiah, probably even Joseph. I chose to make it for them. Just crumble a little bit of cotija cheese, a little bit of greenery to make it look nice and fancy. Cover it up, put it in the fridge, and then they can pack it up for lunch. There you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye. I can lunch for my husband because your girl is leaving. Yes, again. So every time I have some type of business trip, I like to meal prep for my husband and my kids. Whether my husband knows how to cook or not, Karen, this is what I enjoy doing, okay? Was running out of time this day, so I decided to do super simple meals. I thinly sliced some chicken, sauteed it in a little bit of oil, seasoned it up with garlic, onion, pepper, paprika, and then some mushroom salt. Once the chicken has cooked, I'm gonna drizzle it with a little bit of sesame teriyaki sauce, or you can do orange chicken, I don't know, whatever sauce you wanna do. This happens to be my family's fave, so that's what I'm using. While I was grocery shopping for this trip, I came across these chow mein noodles that come with lots of vegetables. So, here's where the greens come in. I took all those mother truckers out, gave them a quick little saute with a little bit of oil, got everything nice and crispy, and then I put it in a little bowl for him. And he just do that himself. I'm sure he can. I mean, he's not broken, but I like to do it for him. I do a variety of lunches. He just doesn't eat this thing the whole time I'm gone. This one was just the one I happened to record. There you have it, guys. Bye. Let's pack today's lunchbox for my friends and followers. A couple of days ago, Josiah was like, Mom, it's my friend's birthday, and he really, really wants to try one of your big papa burritos. You know, the one with the fries? Okay, so your friend wants a California burrito for his birthday. Let's make it. So I'm going to begin by making a simple marinade for the meat. Seasoned it with a little bit of all-purpose seasoning, some lemon pepper, and then I make a slurry using some onions, garlic, and a little bit of jalapeno juice. Then I cook the meat, got our fries nice and crispy, and I begin to form our burritos. I did a layer of some refried beans, and then I put the cheese right away. That way when we start stacking up all the layers, the cheese can be nice and melted. Did a little bit of Mexican rice, a couple scoops of the carne asada, some fresh pico, a couple handfuls of those nice and crispy fries, drizzle with a little bit of nacho cheese, some fake avocado sauce, and some sour cream. And to top it off, I did a little bit of jalapenos because I know Josiah is not really into spice, and I did not really know how his friend's spice tolerance was. He did hit me with the curveball though. He was like, Mom, my friend likes no vegetables. All he wants is everything that you put in it and then maybe some of the sauces. I was like, does he not know the type of burritos I make, kid? I like to put everything in the burritos. But it's his birthday, so we're gonna make the burrito his way. And we wrap up the burritos, put it in the box with a little side of some salsa, and then I took it to them to school for lunch. And there you have it, guys. That was Josiah's friend Nate birthday lunch request. Bye. Let's pack today's lunchbox for my friends and followers. Today we're making them something that may not look as cute as it tastes, but that can also be my fault. We're making them a Tuscan style creamy chicken. I'm going to begin by thinly slicing some chicken breast, and then you season it up with whatever the hell you want. Then you're going to coat it with some flour, a little bit of paprika so it can get a nice little color. Then you put it on your oil, let it get nice and crispy, remove that shit. And now we begin to make the sauce. To a pan, you're gonna add some butter and olive oil, saute your onions and garlic, add some black pepper, some chili flakes, chicken broth, heavy cream, some Parmigiano Reggiano, and a little bit of oregano. You're gonna add your chicken back into the sauce. You're gonna sprinkle with a little bit of basil or spinach. I like everything to be nice and cheesy, so I am gonna add a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese. I let that shit melt, and then I start plating. I've been making a lot of pasta dishes, so I thought that maybe steamed rice would go well, which it did, but you can also use pasta, and it's still gonna be slapping. But it's probably the reason why my dish did not look so cute. For the drink, they had the option between a soda or a limonada de pera with some cranberry seeds. And that is it, guys. I'm just gonna hurry my ass up, get everything ready for them, including their drink, so they can come pick up during lunchtime. Bye. Guys, today we're gonna make a quick little after-school snack. We're making some pizza egg rolls. So you're gonna need some egg roll sheets, and then we're gonna add cheese, pepperonis, or whatever it is that you like on your pizza. You can add sausage, bacon, or I don't know, pineapple, whatever you like in your pizza. Then we're gonna roll them up, making sure that there's no holes where the cheese is going to leak, cause it will. Now we're gonna brush them with some butter, garlic, and Italian seasoning, and then we're gonna pop them in the air fryer at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes until they come out nice and crispy like this. And then to serve, you can do your favorite pizza dipping sauces. I did marinara and some ranch, but there you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye. All right, guys, we're gonna make the chili for our loaded Big Papa chili dogs. For the beef, I'm gonna use freshly ground brisket. Why? Well, because I have way too much of it and I need to get rid of it. I'm also gonna dice up a yellow onion. For my peppers, I'm gonna use a poblano and then an Anaheim. The Anaheim is a little bit more spicier than the poblano, but technically they both should not have any spice. Then you dice up as much garlic as your little heart desires. I did about 3 to 4 cloves. We're gonna lightly saute our veggies, to bring out the nice flavor in them. And we add a little bit of salt before we start browning our ground brisket or your ground beef, ground pork, ground turkey, whatever you choose to make your chili with. For spices, I freaking cheated and I just bought myself a package with chili spices. But don't be cheap about it, get yourself a really nice one. We're gonna add a can of tomato sauce, a can of stewed tomatoes, and then half of this tall boy. The other half was for me. You add about a cup or 2 of chicken stock, depending on how stewy you want your chili. You cover it up, let it simmer for about an hour until it looks like this. Now, if you want to turn this into chili beans, just add some beans. Who cares what people say or think? This is your kitchen, your choice. Let's pack today's lunchbox, my friends and followers. Today we're making them some Big Papa loaded chili dogs, but not just any chili dogs, okay? We're gonna slit these mother truckers, stuff them with Monterey Jack cheese. Oh my gosh, I almost ate my tongue there. Then we're going to wrap them in bacon. Pop them in the air fryer at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes until the bacon gets nice and crispy and the cheese is nice and ooey gooey. Now, when making these Big Papa wieners, I like to make like some sort of a car seat. That way, no se vaya a caer everything, y valga burger el asunto. And I steam and spread mayo all over my buns, add our wiener, and then we're gonna add some homemade chili that I made with some tri-tip. We're gonna load them up using all of the toppings necessary, like some cheese, onion, tomato, a little bit of avocado, some cilantro, and some jalapenos. We drizzle with some sour cream, a little bit of nacho cheese, and then we're gonna top them off with some crispy shoestring fries. That's what they're called. If not, I just renamed something. Now, for their drink, nobody had an option. Everybody took the damn soda. Then I get everything ready for them so they can come pick up during lunchtime. Bye. Friends and followers. To celebrate Hispanic heritage, I decided to make them some chiles and nogada, which is a super popular dish, especially during Mexicans' independence. For stuffing, we're gonna use equal parts beef and pork, sauteed with onion and garlic. We're also gonna add some apples, pears, and peaches. Yeah, you heard correctly. Along with all these other ingredients I'm gonna list on the screen. Once you have charred, peeled, and de-seeded your chiles, you're gonna stuff it with the stuffing we just made. Just to make sure that we bring all the authentic Mexican flavors to the table, you already know that la crema mexicana is never missing. Super rich and creamy, perfect for any recipe. Oh, for the nogada sauce, which is the creamy walnut sauce, you already know what we're using. Obviously gonna need some walnuts, goat cheese, cream cheese, and of course our crema lala, along with all the other ingredients I'm gonna list on the screen. We're gonna beat up some pomegranates because we're gonna need those seeds for garnish. Now for the plating, we're gonna make a nice little bed of that creamy nogada sauce, place our chile on top, then we're gonna drizzle with some more of that sauce. We're gonna sprinkle some parsley, to represent the green of our beautiful flag, and some pomegranate seeds to represent the red. Aren't these the cutest chiles you've seen? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And for the drink, I decided to make them a pomegranate lemon lime agua fresca. There you have it, guys. And I'm just gonna get everything ready for them, including their drink, so they can come pick up during lunchtime. Bye. Packy lunch for my husband because your girl is long gone. So I've been prepping my husband and my kids breakfast, lunches, and dinners while I'm gone on a business trip. This happens to be my kid's favorite, and guess what? My husband's gonna have to take it to work. I learned how to make this dish watching a kid's show, and it's everyone's freaking favorite till this day. They called it worms and dirt, and that's what I call it. This is worms and dirt. Using the leftover bacon fat from their breakfast burritos, I'm going to saute some ground tri-tip, and I actually grind this myself. I'm also going to saute some onions and garlic. Wash those damn dishes at the same time because I'm also trying to leave the house clean. I'm gonna go ahead and add a whole bottle of that ragu sauce, and then I fill it up with water. Drop my pasta in there as well as almost my camera and some oregano. Yeah, it's gonna be watery, but it's gonna evaporate and it's gonna cook the pasta in the meat sauce. I cover it, let it simmer on low for about 15 minutes, maybe occasionally stirring it so it doesn't stick. Then we add some more cheese so it can be nice and cheesy. Then I separate some on a container, garnish it with a little bit of parsley and some Parmesan, pop it in the fridge, and then my husband can take this one for lunch. Bye. Happy lunch for my husband because your girl is leaving. Now, just because I'm out of town does not mean the man is not going to take a lunch to work. Do you know how guilty that shit would make me? So I'm going to pre-pack his lunches. That way he can just put them in his lunch pal and get his ass to work. We're going to make him a pasta with all the leftovers in the fridge. Sorry, not sorry. So we're going to render some bacon, and using the same bacon fat, we're going to saute our chicken. Now, don't forget to season that chicken because nobody likes bland chicken, okay? While that's happening, we're going to be cooking the pasta because we're multitasking here, people. We're going to add some spinach because we want him to be strong, just like Popeye. A little bit more butter, some garlic, heavy cream. We're also going to do some Parmesan cheese and mozzarella, and we're calling this a chicken alfredo. Once your pasta has cooked, you're going to incorporate that into the chicken and the sauce, and then we're going to mix everything together. Add a little bit more cheese because, you know, we like our shit nice and cheesy. Then I put him in containers, add a little bit of parsley for some garnish, and then pop him in the fridge, and then he can put him in his lunch pal the next day in the morning. Bye.